Good morning, everybody. Expect not one, not two, but 3 videos going over all of the bullshit over the past 48 hours. So if you are new here, make sure to like and comment and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for all notifications. We have 3 videos going out in order to encompass all of the bullshit that's been going on. We're starting off with video 1. In case you don't know, MrBeast invited 50 different creators to a IRL event where they stayed inside of a cube. The last one to leave gets to give their community $1 million. And a lot of these streamers didn't give a fuck because they thought they were going to be getting the $1 million, when in reality, it was going to their fans, which, let's be real, they don't really care about. So a lot of drama happened when you invite all of the most sanitized, washed creators. And what I mean by that is that all of the creators that were involved have pretty much no controversy, no hot opinions whatsoever. If you got invited to MrBeast's game, that pretty much shows that 99% of you don't really have any opinions that go against the status quo. That's the reality. That's why a lot of the more controversial creators didn't get invited, and it is what it is, and that's why MrBeast will never do content with Aiden Ross ever again. But XQC somehow sneaked his way into this collaboration, and well, let's just say they had some issues. Let's go over it.
But it was cool. Yeah, I spoke to Pokey a little bit. I spoke with some people. I think in general, if I were to have this doesn't begin Pokemon. I don't want to do any drama.
So what he's saying right now is he's going to talk about Pokimane. Pokimane was being a dumb bitch, but he's tired of having drama with dumbass Pokimane. So for the love of God, don't clip this. And then unfortunately, well, they clip this.
I think a lot of people in the past that have had a problem with me, not that I have a problem with them, are still mad at me.
Yes. Surprise, surprise. The streaming world is a bunch of children. No one can let anything go. You call someone a poo-poo head and, well, let's just be real. They'll hold it over you for the rest of your life. Now, I'm going to be honest. XQC completely fucked me 4 years ago. He reacted to a clip of me in a car with my ex-wife, and for some reason thought it was a wise idea to psychoanalyze our relationship when he didn't understand why I was so angry on that day and put in a headcanon that completely fucked my life over for 4 years. I forgave him in a week because I said, I agree. The clip looks pretty bad. I don't care if people don't understand the context at all, right? That really fucked me. That clip has millions of views, but even still, I like XQC. I think he's a good fucking guy. I think he talks way too much shit, and I think him being raised by the internet's probably fucked him up for life, but I still think he's a pretty funny guy, and I enjoy his content from time to time. Now, do I want to be friends? Fuck no. I don't want friends, but I'm not going to be upset if I'm in the same room as him.
I've kind of noticed that a little bit, which doesn't really affect me. It's not really a problem. I just always find it to be captivating, the fact that people can have a problem with me for such a long time. Like, sure. I don't know how that's even possible.
Well, it's because they don't have any real problems. They go live, they make millions of dollars on the internet, everybody tells them how great they are, and then someone gives them a reality check and they say, well, now hold on, you're supposed to be talking to me like I'm a king or queen because I streamed to 2,000 viewers. Your problem, XQC, is that even though you are so fucked up mentally by the internet, you're a lot more grounded in reality than a lot of these people are. And a lot of these people can't handle banter at all because they're used to being put on a pedestal, and you don't do that for them. Nor do I. And that's why a lot of people have issues with us.
Like, when I get mad at somebody, the next day I move on. Like, I don't give a shit.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
That's why I really enjoyed when I met XQC. I met him for the first time in TwitchCon, maybe 2023, 2022, I don't know when it was. And I sat down next to him at the couch, and I said, hey. And he went, hey. And then there was no conversation. And it was great, because I didn't want to talk. He didn't want to talk. And just because we're 2 streamers doesn't mean we have to talk. It was good. Yeah, it was great. There's way too many fake-ass motherfuckers in this industry that you can immediately tell who want to use you for a connection. XQC is not one of those guys.
I couldn't really give a fuck. I don't know why people hold on to shit for so long.
Well, yeah, because they're a bunch of oversensitive babies. So Ludwig, in his infinite wisdom, and I can't wait to elaborate further on Ludwig's infinite wisdom in this situation, decides to weigh in on XQC on stream versus XQC off stream. Let's get into it.
Was XQC low-key chill? XQC is like Jekyll and Hyde, because who XQC is on stream is like a really brash person who can talk like off cuff, like incredibly negatively about people, like people he knows in real life. Like he says actually some really like mean shit about people he knows in the real world. And then you meet him in real life and he treats the person who was online saying those mean things as a different person. And he's like really sweet in real life.
Now, Ludwig, I'm going to blow your mind, but there's this concept of being cordial that a lot of adults know how to do. And I'm sure XQC, probably not the greatest decision to see someone in real life that you talk shit about while you're being recorded for an event to raise money for your viewers and say, oh, I'm going to go start punching people and fighting them. That's just not how that works. There are people who have to operate a different way when they're in person versus over the internet. And there's people who have to act a certain way in a professional environment. It's not a hard concept to grasp. Ludwig, in the very same vein, you have said multiple times that all these people that you pretend to be friends with, you wouldn't even go to their funeral, which, by the way, was based as fuck, because that's the truth. I don't understand how you don't understand the concept of being cordial when that is what you do with everybody, and you pretend to be friends with all these people when you say there's maybe 3 people in the online space that you actually give a fuck about. I don't get what you don't get here.
And I was like, weren't you just like talking crazy shit? But I think his brain is so corrupt, he views it all as content and not legitimate. But
yeah, you're right, man. XQC should have just pulled out a gun and just shot everybody. Because if he didn't do that, then he's a pussy. Man, I can't believe XQC was being cordial at a charity event for his chat. Man, I can't believe he just didn't slice everybody's throat. What a fucking two-faced bitch.
I've realized, why ever get mad at online relationship with someone who will never go to my funeral anyway?
I'm pretty sure every streamer is just actually fucking retarded. And that's what I think that my career is these days, is listening to a bunch of retards talk about shit they have no idea anything about. This guy knew the answer, but had to wait a little bit to get there, so that way he could take a couple extra pot shots while still acting like he was the morally virtuous one. I swear to God, bro, streamers are the fakest people on planet Earth. It's insane.
I've realized that, and it's really let me be free. My heart is so free.
If your heart was free, you wouldn't have wasted that time, 50 seconds, running him through the mud, calling him a fake-ass bitch. Now, you might be able to act like you are, but Ludwig, you are audience captured like fucking crazy, and we see that every single time Hasan's brought up.
We are coworkers? Why get mad at a coworker? Who gives a shit? In 30 fucking years, we're never going to talk. I'm not going to talk to 99% of the people I interact with. They're like, what am I mad about? What does it matter? What does it matter? It's all fake.
Bro, you say 30 years. It's more like 5 years.
Anyway, so, you know, maybe he's actually onto something.
Yes, Ludwig. Let me double check something real quick. Brother, you are 30 years old. You are 30 fucking years old, and you are only now discovering the concept of being cordial. How in the fuck are you this stupid? Listen, man, I understand that Ludwig puts on some great events, but this guy is just about the biggest retard that I have ever seen in my entire life. It really is crazy how so many of these streamers are just man-children who don't get the real world at all and have been entirely raised by the internet since they were 16, 18, and they're just blithering retards. That's all they are. I'm not going to trust a human being who was raised by the internet, who has had no life experience other than playing Super Smash Brothers and then getting their alcoholic friends drunk at a party and then ruining their entire career for it, which, by the way, Mango did weird shit. He deserved it. Anyways, speaking of content creators being high school girls, Asmongold goes in on Hasan. Let's get into it, baby.
The right would rather get their notes from a dude that eats their toenails on camera than a guy who interviews investigative reporters, politicians, and a dude that designed JPCOA. This is because there's no intellectual right that remains.
So what Hasan does is he never addresses anybody's arguments. He just shit talks the person saying them because he has no way to combat what they're saying because Hasan really isn't that smart.
What is it? I mean, like, I don't know what does that have to do with supporting terrorism and the Iranian regime?
It has nothing to do with it because Hasan can't find a good defense for that, so he'd rather just attack the author rather than what they're saying. It's called ad hominem.
Like, it just has nothing to do with it. It's just like Hasan has the same energy of like a mean high school girl where he's unable to engage with any of the conversations and disagreements that people have with him in good faith. And he refers back to bad faith arguments, character destruction, and just lying.
That's because all Hasan does is argue in bad faith and character assassinate every single person who opposes him. Hasan can't be wrong because everybody who's going after him, well, they're a pedophile. They're a rapist. They're a racist. They're a Zionist. They're all of these bad ist and phobe words. When in reality is, how many times have you seen a post from Hasan that says, this guy said this. This is why he's wrong. Here's why he's wrong. Post. Never. What you'll see is, are we really going to listen to the rapist? Are we really going to listen to the pedophile? And that's all you'll ever see, because that's all he can do. And once you become aware of that, you'll realize how intellectually dishonest Hasan is because he's a retard.
This really has nothing to, and personal insults. You'll see that whenever Hasan is disagreeing with somebody, instead of actually addressing what this person is saying, he will constantly go and insult them, make some sort of comment about their appearance or something else. And it's never really about attacking the argument, because get the notes from the
Asmongold can't be right because he's a pedophile who lives in a dirty room, is what Hasan will say quite often.
Rather than a guy who interviews investigative reporters, politicians. Nobody cares. There's plenty of people that interview investigative reporters or politicians that have bad opinions. Like, this is not even a good argument in his own standard. Like, there are people from Fox News that interview investigative reporters and politicians. Are you going to say that everybody should get their news from Fox News instead? No, it's not even a good frame of reference inside of the argument that he's making. So I don't know why, like, again, I don't know why you would even say that, but, you know, like, that's just what happens, right?
And now the worst thing is Asmongold cleaned up his room, so Hasan lost one other way to insult him. So now he's not a guy with a dirty room. He's a guy who at one point had a dirty room, which, to be fair, my God, his house is like a Resident Evil game. Yeah. I mean, Asmongold looks like a character from Resident Evil Biohazard. And if you don't believe me, I mean, why don't I just go ahead and pull this up real quick? Tell me in your soul that this is not just Asmongold and his family. Like, this is shocking how Asmon looks like he would fit right into this fucking game. Like, this is his house. It is. This is his house. Don't do it like that? Hey, sorry, man. 36-year-old man discovered how to clean his house. Let's keep going here.
These people love to make up bullshit and say things that aren't true. And I don't know what else to say about it beyond there. And that's just referential to authority. Yeah, exactly. And, like, again, I don't even know what this is. But also in the dog shocking behavior, I've heard about the dog shocking. Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? And just overall, like, I feel like just that type of behavior is just it's very annoying.
Yeah, I heard that guy Hasan shocked his dog and has completely convinced all of his fake-ass LA streamers to cover his ass for it. Absolutely ridiculous. More Pegasus has something to say.
Interacting with someone like that on such a regular basis, their traits are going to rub off on you, right? And
yes. The people who you interact with, you will become. You are the 5 people who you surround yourself with the most. A lot of psychology will tell you this, and even more so, if you don't hang out with 5 people, then you will also become the content that you consume. Whatever streamers you watch the most, you will start to pick up their traits. You will start to pick up their mindsets, because we are creatures of habit. We are creatures of tribe. We will become the tribe that we surround ourselves with. So make sure the content that you're consuming is by people who you want to be more like, or people with a similar headspace to you, or people who are in a place that you want to be.
No, I'll take it a step further. I feel like in the social media age, this actually extends to what content you consume as well. So it's not only the 5 people you surround yourself the most with, it's the 5 people you consume the most content on, right? Because if you spend most of your time online, if you're watching Hasan streams 10 hours a day,
you're fucking retarded.
that is basically one person who you have incorporated into your life, right? I mean, if you're actually a Hasan viewer, then you're going to grow up with this sort of victim mindset. You're going to blame everybody else for your problems. Your life is going to be miserable. You're going to be a radical loony.
And that's why OnlyFans bitches are so fucking stupid. Man, I really feel like someone could make a compilation of something completely unrelated happening and me talking about how stupid OnlyFans girls are. That would be so fucking funny. It's like those low-tier God clips where a chatter says some shit and then he randomly says how he's gonna fuck their mom. Man, anyways, talking about how fucking stupid OnlyFans girls are, all of these leftist liberal white women are retarded as shit because they live a life of sin and they surround themselves with other OnlyFans dumb whores, which reinforce their narrative that they are victims, that what they're doing is great, what they're doing is empowering, and anybody who speaks against them is just a bigot. They are a bunch of brainwashed dumb whores.
Potential.
And they actually think that their job is worthy of praise and that they earn their success. It's pathetic. Being a hoe is not admirable.
Terrorist when you grow up, you know, because that's basically what he fosters here, right? On the other hand, you could take the other path. You could watch the legendary series, and then your life is absolutely blessed and good things will come your way. Just because you'll be a better person overall, you know, a smarter person, a more logical person, a person more grounded in common sense values, morality, a realistic person at least, even a kinder person, I'll say, but not too kind, all right? Not kind to criminals like iDubbbz, for example, who is so empathetic that he wants to abolish all prisons, right? No, that was last episode.
There's no way he said that. I'm going to pray to God he didn't say that. But knowing that Ian has cuck-maxed himself into dating a professional prostitute, professional. I don't really think she's making any money. I wouldn't want to. Listen, you'd have to pay me to look at Anissa's asshole. There ain't no way I'm paying $5 for that shit. Hell, he did. He said abolish all prisons. Oh my fuck. He's helpless, man. Anyways, another streamer goes live and commits a fucking crime, and the debunker gets to the bottom of it.
It's so fun. It's not fun at all. I mean, you know what's fun? Going on the track and pushing your vehicle to its limits, okay? And hearing the fucking tires screech when you're at the fucking borderline limit of it spitting out, okay? That's fun. Endangering fucking grandma trying to make it to fucking bingo and fucking...
To give you some context, this was a streamer by the name of Silky, a X-Phase member, which, by the way, I believe all esports orgs should just be disbanded. I think esports orgs are gay as fuck. They had their time or place. It should have died out 3 years ago. Was going 107 miles an hour, 47 miles over the speed limit, and endangered all the people's lives around him. And then he lied and said he didn't do it. And then the debunker found his speedometer on stream, and then he deleted that tweet of him saying he didn't do it. He should be banned for at least a month for doing this. But in my opinion, if you commit a crime on stream, I think you should be permanently banned. That's just my opinion.
Endangering a fucking family trying to get back from fucking work is fucking insane. You're stupid as shit. There's nothing fucking tough about this shit. This shit is cringe. It's fucking cringe. Everyone says it's not cringe is cringe themselves. And I gotta be honest with you, I'm not even trying to be an offended Andy, but what is wrong with these people anyway? Like, that's awful.
Offensive driving.
It is not good content to break the law. This shit is insane.
It definitely is. Now, is he breaking the law? I mean, I don't...
Obviously, yes, Asmon. Obviously, yes.
I don't know. Would I ban him for this?
Yeah. He's going double the speed of the other cars, Asmon. Obviously, he's breaking the law. Yes, you should ban him for violently breaking the speed limit on stream, endangering everybody else, breaking the law, endangering every other life around him. Obviously, he should be banned.
I mean, I probably...
Asmon loves saying, I don't know, to the most obvious things. I know. I don't get why he does that. It's so obvious. And as the guy who has like one of the straightest heads on his shoulders, he does say, I don't know, to the most obvious shit. I don't get it.
We at least give him a warning, right? I at least say like, hey, you can't drive like this on stream. I mean,
bro, he should go to jail for going 107 in a 60. If he would have hit any of these cars, people could have died. Obviously. Better yet, why don't we just pull up the clip? Let's play this shit out. The cars look parked with how fast he's going. Which, by the way, yes, he was going, just to confirm, 107 miles per hour in a 60. Obviously, he should be banned. Obviously. Which Silky lied and deleted this tweet. What a bot. Bro said I was pushing my car past its limit. I was going 70 and a 65 with minimal traffic. Yeah, he's a lying fucking retard going 107 in a 60. Yes, he should be banned. Yes, he should have his driver's license taken away from him. Yes, obviously. Obviously. Lol, relax, Karen, 107 is not fast. And I can now tell that you are also retarded. Going 107 in traffic this heavy is crazy.
for sure. Because like it's very unsafe, 100% illegal. I mean, like if there was a cop there, do you think this guy would get arrested? I mean, I feel like he probably would get arrested. But it's reckless driving. I mean, I would say, yeah. I mean, again, like I can't. I mean, I usually try to be kind of liberal with this stuff, right? And I'm like,
yeah, you're sounding real liberal right now too, Asmon. Obviously, this guy should be banned.
you know, people are gonna do what they're gonna do, right? But I mean, it is reckless driving. I mean, somebody driving like this is really dangerous on the road, and like, yeah, you can't have people. Yeah, I mean, you guys are right. You guys are right.
Good. 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 I don't know why he was playing defense for him. I have no idea why he was playing defense for him. You can't go live and have a problem with Nina Lynn shoplifting and then not have a problem with Silky going 107 in a 60. I'm glad he came around. Good. That's the Asmongold that I know. Okay, that's my fucking go. Side note, Donut Operator got blocked by World of Warcraft because the dev team is a bunch of faggots. And that's the end of the video. Hope you all enjoyed for this first segment of all the slop going on. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on the stream. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace, boys.